that even mean, Bowers Game Corner?
Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for something very, very different. Another delicious list, and today I'm going to be talking about the top 25 YouTube board game reviewers as of 2019, January to be more specific. Now this is a list I've wanted to do for quite some time to find more reviewers and also to see where I place in this world, so to speak, to see if I even make the cut. Now before we get started, I did have to put in some criteria to weed out a couple different people, and I'll explain each one. So the first one is you had to have at least one review in the last month, and the big reason why is we don't want any channels that are dead, and there's a whole graveyard of dead channels for people that started up and then they stop for one reason or the other, so you had to have at least one review in the last month to be on this list. Next, you had to post your reviews on YouTube. It couldn't be podcasts, couldn't be blogs or pictures or anything like that, and the main reason why is that would be incredibly difficult to try and rank all of those different mediums, so we just put it down to YouTube reviewers. And that's the next thing. I wanted reviewers, not unboxers, not previewers, not playthroughers, not watch it played. Now that being said, I'm going to mention a whole boatload of those as honorable mentions because I want to give them some love too, but this is focused on just YouTube reviewers, giving you those opinions on the games because I feel like that is something that a lot of people would like to know. Last but not least, I made it so that you had to have at least 20 plus reviews, and the main reason why I did that was because I found out really quickly if I did not, this whole review would be like, hey, today it's the Bopper family, and me and little Jimmy are going to be playing Poo Poo Doggy. Oh, you got Poo Poo. It was going to be videos like that, which are just families that have like, 10 million subscribers and they review games every once in a while. So I put a hard cap at 20 reviews. Oh, last but not least, I made sure that it had to be in English because it was not feasible for me to search for, German and Chinese and all these other different reviewers because I didn't know how to do it. So how did I find this list? First and foremost, I went to BoardGameLinks.com and checked out a whole bunch of their stuff. I went to YouTube, typed in Board Game Reviewer, and then I scrolled to the bottom. Yes, there is a bottom on YouTube. Who knew? And then last, I went to BGG, looked up a whole bunch of stuff, and I went to the Facebook reviewer group, and I posted there. But we got a long way to go, a short time to get there. Let's get trucking. So first and foremost, number 25, off-the-shelf board game reviews at 5,096 subscribers. They have 284 videos. Their most popular video is Descent 2nd Edition with 28,000 views, and they started in October 2011, so 8 years ago. I cannot say much about this channel because I don't know much about this channel, and you're going to see me going through, I'm going to mention personal things about the people that I know and people that I particularly like, just because, hey, why not? Next, we have the first honorable mention, the MCGUIRE review at 5,295. I had not heard of this guy before, but I like his style. Unfortunately, his last review was 3 months ago, which ousted him off the list. Coming in at number 24, yours truly, Bowers Game Corner, with 5,372 subscribers and 2.3K videos. My most popular video, shame, is the NFL Rush Zone video at 131,000 views, and I started my channel in December 2011. That's another thing I want to talk about real quick. I took the day that people started their YouTube review channel. It might not necessarily be the day they started reviewing, because that was going to be really difficult to sift through all their videos they did before for some people. Richard Ham. So yeah, you're going to get the day that they started their YouTube channel. Continuing on with another honorable mention, we have Paul Darcy at 5,396 subscribers, and he only does gameplay videos. So he's not in here, but still, if you like gameplay videos, go check him out. Next, we have Roll for Crit at 5,525, which puts the subscribers, which puts them at number 23. They have 1.1 thousand videos, and their most popular video is a Gloomhaven review with 5.8 thousand views. Now, they also have many, many, many how-to-plays, and you're going to hear about a lot of how-to-plays. That's the bread and butter here. If you're thinking about starting your channel, don't reviews. That's a sucker's game. How-to-plays and playthroughs, that's where you're going to be making a lot more subscribers. And they started in January 2014. Another honorable mention coming up, we have Board Game Revolution with 5,659 subscribers, but they only do previews, which did not make my list because, God, I hate previews. I hate doing previews. I hate seeing previews. But that is my personal opinion, obviously. Continuing onward, we have the Board Game Sanctuary at number 22, coming in with 6,407 subscribers. They have 74 videos. The most popular review is Sushi Go Party with 10,000 views, and they started in December 2015. We have 3 honorable mentions coming up. The next one is Game Trade Media, who had 7,723 subscribers, but they don't do reviews. They do a variety of different things. I believe they're actually owned by a big board game distributor, who are kind of like the people who ship out games to the board game stores. So I don't think they can probably do reviews because they would be very imbalanced. It'd be like a conflict of interest or whatnot. I've watched some of their content, not for me personally. They do have a big booth at Gen Con set up. They do a whole bunch of interviews, not as much as other channels. But yeah, humble brag. Next we have Slicker Drips with 8,495 subscribers, and it only does first impressions only. And I didn't know to include that or not, because I don't feel like a first impression is really a review. It is, to a certain extent, but if you want to go check it out, it is Slicker Drips, and they do first impressions. Next, we have Dragon's Tome, which I've never heard of, but they actually have some really nice quality videos, sitting at 8,654. There's another honorable mention. They do only how-to-play videos. Back to some reviewers. We have Unfiltered Gamer, who started actually only in August 2016, but they've already got 8,669 subscribers, putting them at number 21. They put out 578 videos. Their most popular review has been the Island of El Dorado with 6.2 thousand views, and his name is Michael. He does a lot of stuff on Facebook, so he has tackled that beast head on, and it's really panning out for him. He's already number 21 after only 2.5 years, so good for him. Next, we have one of my personal favorites, the Discriminating Gamer, with 9,274 subscribers. He has 506 videos. His most popular is the Game of Thrones board game, which you are also going to see on this list quite a few times. Gloomhaven and the Game of Thrones board games are a lot of people's most popular videos. I found that really interesting because they kind of, they don't just draw in the hobby game crowd. They're drawing in this huge mass market appeal, which is really kind of cool. But he started in March of 2014. He does a lot of songs, very critical reviews. I like him a lot. If you've not checked out the Discriminating Gamer, definitely recommend checking him out. Next, sitting at number 19, one of the nicest people you are going to meet in the board gaming world, Rob's Tabletop World, hosted by Rob Orrin. He is an incredibly nice guy, and that's saying something because there's a lot of nice people in our hobby, but Rob, he's just so damn likable. With 9,365 subscribers and a whopping 1,925 videos. Now, I don't know if those are all reviews and painting things or whatnot, but that's primarily what he does. He paints stuff, he reviews stuff, he talks about miniatures and war games. Check out his channel. Nice quality. He's also now on the Board Game Geek team, which is cool as well. And his most popular review was the Swords and Sorcery live review with 9,000 views, but he has a whole bunch of other videos with way more than that. Continuing on, we have Two Bats Gaming with 9,515 subscribers. They're number 18. They have 133 videos, and another name you're going to hear quite often. Their most popular review is Fallout the Board Game with 39,000 views, and they started in December 2015. So they are also climbing pretty fast, so they're doing something right. Go check that out. It looks, if you want to find some more reviewers, obviously. Number 17, my personal new favorite reviewer that I found while compiling this list, 3 Minute Board Games. They have 10,148 subscribers already. They've done 91 videos, despite the fact they started in January of 2018. Hats off to them. That is really impressive. Their most popular is Gloomhaven in 3 minutes, which has 67,000 views. And what I really liked about this channel is he does an awesome job of talking about the game in a very concise point, but he also mentions games you might like if you like this mechanism, or games that do certain things in the game better or worse, and I like that an awful lot. Very entertaining videos. Check them out, the 3 Minute Board Games. Next, we have another honorable mention, One Stop Co-op Shop, who primarily does gameplays. They've only done 16 reviews. They have 10,266 videos, so they got cut off the list because I did try and be very strict about the criteria that I laid forth. Next, another honorable mention, we have the Board Game Spotlight with 10,254 subscribers. They do not do reviews, so out of here. Next, we get to number 16, Heavy Cardboard, which is not my personal cup of tea, but if you like long videos where they play the entire game and then talk about them, they are the dudes for you. 11,035 subscribers. They've done 489 videos. Their biggest, most popular review was Brass Playthrough, Teach, and Discussion at 28,000 views, and they started in May 2015. And like I said, they sit down, they play the whole game. And we're not talking about like, oh, we played the whole game of Sushi Go, here's the thing. No, it's like, we're playing crunchy, meaty stuff, which, if that's your cup of tea, that's your cup of tea. Next, we have Bored to Death at number 15. They have 12,833 subscribers, 758 videos. Their most popular video is Ticket to Ride with 198,000 views, and they started in November 2009. So they're definitely one of the older people on this list. Next, we have Ant Lab Games, which glad to see them back. They dealt with a whole bunch of controversy. It was either left-wing or right-wing people attacked them, and then they took a hiatus for a little bit, and then they came back, so I'm glad to see them back. I don't care what your political beliefs are. It's all about board games here. 13,228 subscribers, 229 videos. Their most popular one is Terraforming Mars Review, with 35,000 views, and they started in August 2014. Next, we have Rolling Solo. This is an honorable mention. Rolling Solo with 13,445 subscribers. They do gameplay videos and previews. Continuing on, a very good friend of mine, and a guy I actually do a podcast with once a week, Undead Viking videos. Lance is a super nice dude. I'm glad to see him on the list. At number 13, he has 14,509 subscribers. He has 1.1 thousand videos. His most popular is the Game of Thrones board game with 235,000 views, and he started in June 2011, so one of the dinosaurs in this hobby. Next, we have Tantrum House, one of the newer ones, in October 2014. I guess that's not new. Maybe they did videos before that. But I know they're a part of the Dice Tower. They spun off doing their own thing now. They're at 14,781 subscribers, so it clearly is working. And that's another thing that I want to note here. You start off on the Dice Tower. Like, if you want to be a YouTube reviewer and you want to grow fast, start off on the Dice Tower, put in your due diligence on the Dice Tower doing reviews there. Reach out to them, obviously. And then if you spin off and do your own sort of thing, then you're going to get a lot more subscribers a lot faster. Just a little pro tip for someone who didn't do that. Tantrum House has 737 videos, and their most popular review is Scythe, Rise of Fenris with 14,000 views, which I believe they got one of the early copies of, so good for them. I know when I did an early copy of the original Scythe, I did the Kickstarter video for Scythe, despite the fact oh my gosh, my camera quality was god-awful. It still was one of my most popular videos ever because people are like, oh god, I want to see what Scythe's about. I just don't want this guy's terrible, terrible camera quality. Next, we have two honorable mentions. We have Board Game Replay with 15,846 subscribers. Their last, oh man, I hate my handwriting. Their last video was actually 2 months ago and no reviews. So they might be a channel that might be done. And that's part of the reason why I made sure to put in that 1 month criteria, because here's the thing about board gaming, making YouTube board game reviews. I'm going to push the fourth wall aside. It is a very thankless hobby. It is a hobby. We don't make much money. You know, I'm on this list. I'm on the top 25. Realistically, I'd probably be on the top 50 if we were counting everybody. But it's thankless, and I love doing it. I do it because I love games. I love playing games. I love bringing people over to my house and meeting new people and buddying up with people and doing all these cool stuff and going to conventions and meeting you guys and eating delicious food and drinking beers at conventions and doing all that sort of fun stuff, which I wouldn't get to do if I didn't have this hobby. But it's still, for most people, if you're not in, I'd say, the top 10, it is a pretty thankless hobby. So if you like a YouTuber, not me, because that would be just cliche, reach out and say, hey, I enjoy your content. Leave it in a comment. They will read it, and they will appreciate it. So, continuing onward, we got Board Game Replay. Inside the Box, an honorable mention. It's 16,492 subscribers. I actually just found out about these guys last night, and I'm really glad I did, because I want to bring them to you. Inside the Box, they do hilarious videos. I've only got the chance to watch 2 now. They are not family-friendly videos, though, but they are really funny, really on point, tabletop-related videos. Check them out. It is Inside the Box on YouTube. Highly recommend. Next, we have number 11, Marco Wargamer. Glad to see him this high. He has put in a lot of work. He's at 17,990 subscribers. And most of the people on this list are people who are teams or duos or trifectas, triplets, whatever word I'm trying to look for here. And he's one of those guys who's just, it's just me, it's just a camera, and I'm just doing it. And I like to see more people like that because, well, you know, I'm one of those people. But yes, he's put in a lot of work, 1.6K video. He's been doing it since November 2010, so a very long time. And Shogun, his Shogun review with 51,000 views is his most popular review. And he puts out a lot of content. Next, we have 3 honorable mentions. We have Gaming Rules with 18,130. They only do how to plays, so out of this list. Actual LOL, which is the one reviewer who I was really disappointed is not on this list, and the main reason why is that he hasn't done a review in the last month. He's done a lot of other things in the last month, and I absolutely recommend checking him out. He's got a great sense of humor, super nice guy. Actual OL, it'll be down here to check it out. 18,757 subscribers. He also does some cool songs. His last review was 2 months ago, but check him out for sure. And then we got John Gets Games, who, you're a traitor, John, you're a traitor, with 21,077 subscribers. He went from being a reviewer to doing just playthroughs and tutorials, which is much smarter because, well, yeah, then you don't have to ruffle any feathers, then you don't have to do negative reviews, then you don't have to do a lot of different things that come with it. Now, I'm not saying that what they do is easy by any stretch of the imagination, because you don't see any how-to-play videos on my channel, because I don't know if I could do it, but I will say, and I think most reviewers would agree, that doing playthroughs and tutorials and how-to-plays, that's the ticket right there. And now we're on to the top 10. Speaking of someone that started off in the Dice Tower and spun off onto their own, number 10, we have the Game Boy Geek with 22,740 subscribers, 1.4K videos, and the only person I know who does board game reviews via saxophone for some reason. That's one thing. I cannot get on board with that. I tried, and it just makes me chuckle every time. I know people like it because he keeps doing it, but it's just so odd to me. But hey, you got to try and find your own different thing, your own different niche, so good for him. It seems to be working. Obviously, he's number 10, and his most popular review is Phase 10, which, you know, I can't even laugh at because mine was like Cut the Rope or NFL Rush Zone or something stupid like that, with 94,000 views, and he started in April 2013. Next honorable mention we have is the Rules Girl with 23,452, which I think she was on the Dice Tower, maybe she is still on the Dice Tower, or maybe I might be having her mixed up with another rules person on the Dice Tower, but yeah. Number 10, well, if she would be number 9 realistically. Honorable mention because she only does rule videos. Number 9, we have No Pun Included, which is another review channel, which you have not checked it out. You should check it out because they intertwine a lot of humor into their reviews, which is something I really do appreciate. I think it makes it a lot easier to watch reviews. They have 26,355 with 183 videos. Their most popular is Scythe with 83,000 views, and they started in February 2014. Excuse me. Number 8, we have Drive-Thru Games with Joel Eddy, another super nice guy, 26,545 subscribers, another guy who's been doing this for a very long time, just a dude in front of a camera at his desk, 1.1K videos. His most popular is the Mage Knight review with 90,000 subscribers, and he started in September 2006. And now, because we have 3 honorable mentions, one who I was very surprised was not on this list, but then apparently they have given up on board games, is Dad's Gaming Addiction with 34,482 subscribers. And I know they used to do a lot of board gaming videos, but now they have not done any board game reviews in the last 6 months. So I put them on here because you might have heard of them, but it sounds like they are done with it potentially. So if I do this list in 2020, if you guys dig this list and I do it again next year, they are just going to be cut off the honorable mentions because I think I'm gonna mess with the criteria a little bit more to weed off. So a lot of the honorable mentions, we have a boatload of honorable mentions. Next honorable mention is Board Game Brawl with 36,382. He used to be huge in doing reviews all the time. He started off in the Dice Tower. Well, he did the Dice Tower and his own channel, and that really helped him grow. But now he only does previews. You know, he's just milking that money out of it, which, hey, more power to him. You know, those previews, man, you get some good money on doing those Kickstarter previews. His last review was 1 year ago, so I do think he is done or taking a hiatus. So there you go. Next, we have Hunter and Kron. This is a German reviewer. They only do their videos in German, which is why I nixed them off the list. And I'm sure there's a whole bunch of other fantastic YouTube reviewers that speak different languages, and I just don't know how to find their channel. The only reason I have Hunter and Kron is because I actually, fun fact, I urinated next to one of them at Essen. Oh yeah, I've actually peed next to Will Wheaton and Hunter or Kron. I don't know the difference between the two of them because I don't watch the videos because I don't speak German, but I've peed next to one of them, and I've peed next to Will Wheaton, so boom. What's your claim to fame, baby? 37,000 subscribers. Moving on to number 7, we have Man vs. Meeple, another super awesome guys. These are super, super nice dudes. 44,629 subscribers. They have 678 video. Their most popular one is the Fallout review with 53,000, and they started in June 2006. They were actually one of the very first reviewers out there. Drakenstrike was, and then he took a really long hiatus, and then he came back and he was just like, bam, I'm back, number 7's, baby. So good for them. I will say though, I'm pretty sure they only do positive reviews, which is something that I don't like it. But I know some reviewers do it because they don't want to review bad stuff. They don't want to waste their time doing bad stuff. But for me personally, I think people should do bad stuff because that lets you know what's bad. But hey, or what we think is bad, obviously. Continuing on, we have Board Game Geek, another honorable mention at 72,024. They don't do many reviews, and they haven't done any reviews in the last month, even though Scott, a Board Game Geek, another super, super nice guy, he's going to start doing reviews on there. He's going to try and start getting some reviews on there as well. Number 6, we have RAHDO's Run Through with 83,061, 3,971 videos. And I've said this many times that they're super nice people because, damn it, this is a nice hobby. And I haven't said it about everybody. You'll note that. I've kept my mouth shut on a couple people because I don't think they're super nice, or I don't know them. But Richard of RAHDO's Run Through, another super nice guy. I do a podcast with him every once in a while. And Gloomhaven, Final Thoughts with 84,000 views. He also has a lot more videos that have more views, but those are his playthroughs. So what he does is he does a full playthrough of it, and then he gives you his final thoughts at the end where you can make your own decision based on what he says. He started in September 2012. Another honorable mention, we have Watch It Played with 140,211, and I will be brutally honest with you right now. If I had to pick only one YouTube channel, period, board game reviewer, previewer, Watch It Played, to keep, and I can't watch any of the rest, it's Watch It Played, without a doubt. If you have not watched some of Rodney's How to Play Games videos, those Watch It Played videos, you're missing out. They make playing the game so much easier. So a true service to this hobby. And I think he was one of the first people who started doing those Watch It Play videos. Now there's a whole bunch of them, but I still think he does it best, and I don't think it's close. And I know I probably shouldn't say that, but I've watched other Watch It Play videos, and I don't think it's close. His quality, his attention to detail, and attention to minor things and setup things, I think he is the best, bar none. Check him out if you've not checked out Watch It Played, because he will help you play games, and you can, I'm not joking, don't need the rule booklet. Yes! Number 5, oh my gosh, number 5, and a channel that I really do enjoy, that is Shut Up and Sit Down. I've not met these folks. I would love to. I'd love to play some games with them. 156,285 subscribers. They've done 288 videos. Their most popular one is Gloomhaven at 555,000 views, and they started in May 2016, but take that with an asterisk because they originally were doing things on Vimeo, which apparently, you know, I don't know anything about Vimeo. But they started on Vimeo, and I went to their website to see, like, when did they start on Vimeo, and I couldn't figure it out because their website was not easy to navigate. Not that YouTube's is either. But yeah, Shut Up and Sit Down. They take very thorough looks at games. They interweave comedy. They're very critical about games, and if you have not checked out Shut Up and Sit Down, check them out. Don't let Shut Up in their name scare you. If that's, well, not your cup of tea, but honestly, if you're watching my channel, then I imagine someone saying shut down is not going to bother you. Next, we have the flagship. Only at number 4? Yeah, only at number 4. That is the Dice Tower. And I imagine the Dice Tower is how a lot of you guys and gals got started watching YouTube board game content. Tom has been doing it forever. He started off as a written reviewer. They have 210,000 subscribers. They probably have 212 by now. I took the number last night. They have 12,000 videos. Their most popular is Scythe with 300,000 views, but they have way, way more popular videos of their top 10s because they do a whole bunch of top 10s, which I will say are absolutely delightful. I used to watch them religiously. Now, unfortunately, I don't have time to watch them, but they do their top 10s. It's mostly Sam Healy, Z Garcia, and then Tom Vassell, who started the whole thing, and he's made it into just this huge thing. It's now a cruise, and it's 2 conventions. Next, we have we have 3 which are just way bigger for the most part. Hey, That's Mike with 326,510 subscribers. He has 5.2 thousand videos. Most of them are not reviews. This is one of those channels that I was trying to not include on the list because their reviews are not really reviews, but they are technically reviews, and they're one of those people who just gets free stuff and they kind of play the game a little bit and spotlight the game, and yeah. They're one of those families that does stuff. Their most popular is the Pie Face game with 1.2 million. They started in May 2010. I wish I was one of those families, but do I ever have any desire to watch any of their videos? God, no, because they're not, at least in my opinion, very good reviews. Oh, look at me, I'm a snooty. Next we have the TTPM toy reviews, which, oh man, if we want to talk about reviewers that I do not like, we'll talk about the TTPM toy reviews with 357,230 subscribers. They have 21,000 videos, but 647 of them are games. The most popular is the Cut the Rope game review with 5.9 million views. They started in August 2008. And I feel like it's very unprofessional to tell you, the consumer, what you should or should not go watch. But don't watch these videos. They're terrible. They're terrible. They're terrible videos. They're like 2 minutes long a piece. It's just like, hey, here's the game. It's for this. It's fun. We had a lot of class. I think if you have kids, you're going to love it. And the next video is, hey, this game, it's for We had fun. I think if you have kids, you're going to like it. Hey, you get it. Same thing. They just puke out the same stuff over and over again. The reason that they're big is because they also do it for toys. They have like Wolverine claws that have like 20 million views or something crazy like that. But hey, they found a formula. It works for them. If I could do that and make money, hell yes, I would. But as a consumer, I don't think they're the greatest videos unless you want to know about toys. Speaking of which, Princess Toy reviews at 1.8 million. Same thing. They haven't done any reviews since October. I'm really glad they didn't meet the criteria because it's pretty much the same thing. Like, yeah, you get what I'm saying here. Geek and Sundry at 1.9 million, but they don't do reviews. They do a lot of other variety of different things, but not reviews. And the number one, and it's with a bullet, a big old bullet, is a guy named ProZD, who I'd not found out about, but I actually really like his style, and he's a funny guy. He's a voice actor with 1.76 million subscribers. Yeah, big numbers. He has 1,000 videos, but only 52 of them are game reviews. But he's reviewed some big stuff like Mage Knight, Clank, Spyfall. We're not talking about like Checkers and Chest and Go Fish and Doggy Poo Poo or stuff like that. He digs into stuff like Mage Knight. That's a big review. His most popular is Laser Chest with 679,000 views, and he started in May 2006. And yeah, give him a shot. He does some good humor in there, and he does mostly like family videos and voiceover videos because I guess he's a professional anime voice actor. But he's a really funny guy, and I subscribe. I like what he's doing. I wish I could just subscribe to like his board game playlist, but yeah, check him out. The number one, I was very surprised, ProZD, and then the honorable mention for number one, way past number one, and is Ryan's Toy Reviews with 17,858,000 subscribers, and I'm out of touch with society. I really am out of touch with society. He claims he reviews. It's in the name, Ryan's Toy Reviews, but these are not reviews. This is him and his family playing stuff, and they add all sorts of poop sound effects like ding, blong. And it's just like, oh, God. And I know kids eat this up. I know kids in my class who go home and they watch YouTube. And that's just all they do. They'll do it for like 2 hours and they just watch crap like this. Of like people unboxing eggs to see what surprises are in the eggs and stuff like that. I don't get it. I'm out of touch. I'm the grumpy old man. Get the hell off my lawn. Get the hell off my lawn. That's not a board game review. But that, friends, has been the top 25 board game reviewers. Let me know what you thought about it. I know it's a pretty ambitious list. There's a lot to talk about. I did a lot of research on this. But if you're enjoying my content, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. If you want to support the channel, click on that Amazon link down below. Buy anything on Amazon. A car, a duck, a pound of ground beef, and it throws a couple pennies my way. And it really does help out the channel. And in the comments below, let me know. Was there anything on this list that surprised you? For me personally, Actual LOL, I was really surprised that he hadn't put out a review in the last month. That was more disappointment. No, I'm going to go with Dad's Gaming Addiction. Because he was pretty big. He had 30,000 plus subscribers, and he just kind of like said, nope, not doing it anymore. But, hey, to each his own. So there you go. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.